Welcome to season 3 of On the Spot.
Welcome back to On the Spot. My name is Stella Bangura. Now, according to the World Health Organization, non-communicable diseases, NCDs, kills about 41 million people each year, of which cancer is the second leading cause of non-communicable diseases death, with 9.3 million deaths annually. Sierra Leone, unfortunately, do not have the requisite capacity to extensively manage this disease, which has led to the death of thousands of Sierra Leoneans, many of whom die from late detection or lack of funds to seek treatment options outside Sierra Leone. Now, an organization is campaigning hard to change this narrative, aside supporting several of its patients with medical treatment options in and out of Sierra Leone. Now, this foundation, which started in 2008, was born out of a sad personal experience of loss that saw the founder embarking on this journey to save as many lives as she can. Now, I'm a proud board member, but I don't know. I think I've been sacked. But anyway, I'm very happy to say that she's joined me today on the program. And she is Miss Cremelda Parkinson-Pratt, who's the founder of the Thinking Pink Breast Cancer Foundation. This is On the Spot. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Miss Cream. It's a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you. I'm honored. Thank you.
First of all, have I been sacked?
Oh, no way. we are the pioneers.
Yes. I know there's just so much going on, especially when it comes to the issue about, the realities of, cancer in general in Sierra Leone. Mm-hmm. And before we even break it down to breast cancer, first of all, this is a personal journey for you. Briefly, can you just share how you really got started?
Oh, thank you so very much. It is indeed personal, and I always also want to believe that it's God-given. I was in the US, and it just came upon me that this is after the death of my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, and it just came upon me that why don't you think about bringing this kind of awareness home? Because there was no awareness in Sierra Leone, very little or nothing. And it started just like that. And in 2007, I visited Sierra Leone. And it was then I realized that indeed it's time for me, yes, to bring this awareness home, the background in nursing and all that. And so I decided to come slowly. We launched in 2008.
In Sierra Leone.
In Sierra Leone.
So what's the statistics, in Sierra Leone? What is data showing us?
The data is telling us that there's high incidence of cancer in Sierra Leone. I mean, no doubt about that. Internally, for us, it is alarming, especially with the younger girls, because that's where we're noticing the rates, the high rates, the incidence rate, and death
in young girls.
Is
there a change in pattern? Because I know a few years ago, the concern was with the older demographics, and they say when you reach around 40, 50 years, you go do a test and just know your status. Is there a change in the trend of people who are now dealing with breast cancer?
It seems so. Last year, we did the national campaign. We traveled up country, up the provinces, just to the schools to raise the awareness and all that. And we came back with an alarming data which tells us that even the knowledge of cancer is not out there.
It's still not there.
No. And this tells us that we have a lot of work to be done. which we cannot relent on, because you were here last year when we had the case of Adama Kaloko.
Yeah.
She's a schoolgoing girl. She was a schoolgoing girl. She was only 14 when she first saw the lump. But because of low awareness, she said she was under this tree and an ant bit her. Schoolgoing girl. So the delay was 2 years, 16. By the time she got to us, you saw what she came in with. You remember Fatu also. Yes. So we can just call the names, and they have passed, a very painful death. Look at what Adama had to deal with. Look at the mass, the tumor mass, So it's about time. I'm happy for this kind of show, so that we bring to light what is happening in this part of the world, in our country, in Sierra Leone.
A lot of people do not understand or know what breast cancer is, or the gravity of what we're dealing with. I'm going to hold you there. This is On the Spot. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Anti-Corruption Commission, ACC, is the leading institution in Sierra Leone's effort to combat and control corruption. Our dedicated team is committed to preventing corruption through public education, rigorous investigation, and prosecution, which has seen Sierra Leone make remarkable progress in the anti-corruption ranking. We climbed 22 places in the Transparency International ranking and score over 70% for 6 consecutive years in the Millennium Challenge Corporation Scorecard. ACC operates toll-free hotlines for reporting corruption and ensures protection for informers and witnesses. We also establish solid whistleblower protection and reward scheme to recover ill-gotten gains. Together, let's fight corruption and uphold integrity for a better future.
Welcome back. For those of you just joining us, you gotta be breast aware. Before we went on the break, Ms. Cream, I was asking, for a lot of people who don't understand what breast cancer is, what really is it and what should they look out for? Because if we want to beat breast cancer, early detection is the key.
Mm-hmm. Well, breast cancer is a disease of the cells.
Yeah.
In a normal body, the way we are created by the Heavenly Father is we have trillions and trillions of cells. Cells becomes organs, and so it is in the event of the malfunctioning of a cell. And so why should the cell malfunction? And that is what nobody knows, and that's what research is still going on about, because it is multifaceted. That means it could attack any of the
organs,
of the organs, and this is why we raise the awareness for you to be aware and to eat healthy. We give information to be physically active, to curb your stress, because cancer can affect any one of us.
Yes.
It has no barrier. We are all at risk because we all have cells.
So what should one look out for? How can you detect, an early case of a likely cancer trait?
Well, in the event of, let's say breast, it's always starts with the lump or thickness on your breast, or a rash, or dimpling, or peu d'orange, which is what the French call it, the
dimples.
The dimples,
in the
orange.
Yes.
There you go. Or just your nipples start having bloody discharge or slimy, smelly discharge.
So basically, when your breast feels and looks different, that is a sign that you need to seek medical attention.
Immediately.
But what are the medical options? For a place like Sierra Leone, where basic medical concerns and conditions, we grapple to deal with that. For something as multifaceted and really, really complex as breast cancer, What are the medical options in Sierra Leone?
It's very limited. What we do in the event of advanced stage, and a lot of people do present late, it's surgery. But then there are protocols. It's surgery, it's chemotherapy. We've started doing chemotherapy
in
now.
country.
Yes,
Okay.
like 2 years ago. And then it's radiotherapy, which we do not do. You have to go to Accra or
India.
or the sub-region.
Wherever.
Yeah, and it's very expensive. Cancer treatment all over the world is very expensive, and hence the importance of early detection, because should you come forward at the onset of the lump, it could be managed vis-a-vis the lumpectomy, which is to remove the lump, and we go through another protocol to check it, to see that it's not malignant, because not all cancer is
Tumor.
not all lumps are malignant, some are just benign. So it is important to check before we proceed and confirm you free of cancer.
You have mentioned this, that it is not a cheap medical process and procedure, both nationally as a government and individually as families and individuals who are dealing with this. I can then imagine what it's like for your organization, because your organization also support a lot of the people who go through your organization. Actually, they can't even afford one or two, probably 2 square meals.
Correct.
So how do you support individuals like that? How do you fund such interventions?
It's not easy. It's never been easy. It's not easy raising funds in Sierra Leone. I can tell you that for free. That's why we host events like our Pink Friday or marathons. This year we incorporated the Mother's Day Classic events, where you can sell tickets and do raffle, raise small money. The marathon also brings in money, and then we talk to some banks and institutions, corporations, and a good thing, we have an organization, Breast Cancer Hub, in North Carolina. She funds 5 patients for monthly.
Wonderful.
Yes, it's not a lot, but it's sustainable, and it's not easy to raise funds, because you go to individuals, but I can tell you that individuals cannot afford the whole treatment pathway, because cancer is very expensive.
It's very expensive.
Very.
Especially when we don't have the whole treatment support.
Correct.
In country.
Correct.
We've started, you mentioned now we do chemotherapy, but we haven't reached radiotherapy, which is actually a very important journey in the treatment of cancer. Where does this leave us nationally in terms of national intervention, government intervention? Because we know in other countries such large scale funding and interventions are championed by the government. Where does this leave us as a country?
It's not good, because we do not have the support that cancer needs from the government, like subsidizing, cancer organizations, which will help us to support a patient, because it hurts to see maybe you have a patient, she has undergone surgery. It's now time for chemotherapy, and there are no funds. And the delay, and the delay, and the delay is not good. See, so we keep advocating to our government that it's about time. We are the national budget. It's about time. It's cancer. The United Nations says it's on the rise globally.
Beyond the national budget, in terms of the treatment option, what do we have, and where can the government step in to move it forward?
Well, things like chemo drugs are very expensive. And chemo cycle is like 5 to 6. So let's say per cycle you spend, let's say 2 million, 2.5, because it's not only about the administration of the chemo, it's the lab test, it's the blood test, it's all,
Absolutely.
yes, so When you total it, it's like 2,500,000, 3,000,000, So in many cases, you need 5, 6 cycles.
Yeah.
Perhaps 3 prior to the surgery and 3 post-surgery. Now, if you're talking about 2.5, with 6 cycles, how many people, like you just said, can afford that?
And with that question brings in the other question, how many people survive or die from this disease in Sierra Leone?
Survival rate is very low in Sierra Leone when it comes to advanced cases. We're talking about 4,708 incidents, and deaths are 3,387. Now, that's a wow. That's a lot. And because we lack the infrastructure, people suffer. Because even palliative care, they're doing well. They're doing their utmost best, but they too need the support, to get the morphine, the drugs, the tramadol, to ease the pain, to calm them, So we have to pay more attention on the infrastructure of cancer in Sierra Leone.
For those of you just joining, she is Miss Cremelda Parkinson-Pratt, the founder of Thinking Pink Breast Cancer Foundation.
Who knows what might happen tomorrow, next week, or even next year? But we do know that with Staco Insurance, whatever the future brings, we'll be there when you need us most, with outstanding customer service and prompt payment of your claim. Fire, motor, general accident, marine, life and medical. For now and for tomorrow. Staco Insurance, a passion for high standards.
The National Minerals Agency was set up in 2012 by an Act of Parliament, and in 2013 we started operations. We have the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources, that by constitution the minister is responsible for the natural resources of this country, but that's the policy formulation wing of the mines and mineral sector. Then we have the NMA, was established to be the technical professional regulatory wing. So if you take it into context, we are actually the custodians of the minerals of this country. Diamond, bauxite, rutile, iron ore, chromite, you name it, including the newly discovered minerals as well, which we're still evaluating whether they're in economic quantities. So our job here preliminarily is to ensure that we maximize the benefits all Sierra Leoneans derive from these mineral resources that God has given us.
Okay, welcome back. For those of you just joining, this is On The Spot. Of course, my name is Stella Bangura. With me is the beautiful founder and owner of the Thinking Pink Breast Cancer Foundation, Miss Cremelda Parkinson-Pratt. So we've talked a little bit about, the options, treatment options, and funding, and, basically the realities right here in Sierra Leone. Just again, for people who are wondering, how can they sort of detect the disease, and what are the self-help options or treatments or care that they probably can embark on just to basically keep themselves safe?
It's about early detection. It's about noticing the lump or any abnormality. Come forward. Just come forward. Don't start taking antibiotics or go to the local herbalist or think it will go away. It's not going away. Come and get screened. Come and know your status. Exactly. And then we plan your treatment options. We have our partner doctors. So come so that we start early to save your life, because once it's at the advanced stage, it's very difficult for you, us, and the doctor to manage.
Are there some cultural and spiritual and probably religious beliefs that are also impacting, how people or the time people come forward with this disease?
Without a doubt. You see people telling you, oh no, I'm going to my pastor, I'm going to my church, I'm going to pray about it. It takes time. Sometimes the next time you see them is like 6 months, a year. Just come, back it up, go to your pastor, go to your church.
Yeah.
But then come and check what's going on. So we blend both together and we have a speedy recovery.
I know that there is a self-check or self-exam, monthly exam that people can do. What does it look like, and what should they look out for when they are doing this check?
Well, it's 10 days after your monthly period. Just I tell women, do it when you're taking your shower. Okay. Because then you're slippery with the soap and all.
Let's do it so people get to see, so
Yes.
they know how to do.
Right, just stand there and, and take your fingers, the pads of your fingers.
Okay.
And then you start from your collarbone. Because sometimes we catch the lump from the collarbone.
Right.
And then you pass.
Sort of massage.
Yeah,
kind of
a
in a circular.
Yes, in a circular, because you're trying to investigate,
Yeah.
I tell the younger girls, go on, do the clockwise.
Yeah.
Start 12 o'clock, come around 3.
So basically, you're doing this to see if you would feel anything strange,
not right,
in your breast.
Right, whether it's a lump, thickening, something not right.
Or maybe pain.
Pain sometimes, because that's what some people complain. Some will tell you, oh, it's my husband who noticed this lump, So we all are each other's keeper, so... Come forward if you notice something that's not right, because it's not easy to lose a breast through mastectomy. A lot of women, it's difficult to deal with that because this part of the world, we do not have the reconstructive
process.
Yes, so come forward, get screened, let's do an early intervention, and you'll be safe and go get on with your life.
So for people who are, trying to fit, maybe they have noticed something, maybe they need more information, how can they get in touch with your organization?
We're situated at 32 Pademba Road. That's the junction of Wesley Street. And the telephone number is 078-611-733. Check us on our website, www.thinkingpinkfoundation.org, or Facebook, the Thinking Pink Foundation. Please, come around and speak to anyone in your community. Let's share the importance of getting your breast examined. Let's be each other's keeper. Because
I think that goes for the men.
Yeah, the men too.
Be your wife or be your girlfriend's keeper.
Yeah, be your girlfriend's keeper, because some people come forward indeed and they say, it's my husband that detected. It's my guy who detected, Wow. So yes, thank God for a good guy who touched and felt doesn't feel good.
Right, that's giving some men now some really interesting ideas. Yeah. But you know what? Thank you so much. But
remember, men too can get breast cancer.
Yes.
So they should be aware also. And it's though rare, but aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Wow. But we're going to host the conversation here. Thank you so much for the amazing work you're doing. I've worked with you for quite a couple of years, and I see the women that go through that door, and you see that there's some women who have, on a normal day, they just know that this is the end for me, and then they just walk into that door and they realize that I just may have another shot at life. And for a lot of people, that's a lot. Giving hope, supporting women. I know how many women who have been who today are alive just because of the work you're doing. Some people, we've lost them along the way. Some not because, there was no support, but it just came in late. Mm-hmm. I remember the girl, very young girl, she had, I think, about 4 remissions. And it just kept coming back. And those are just the realities. Correct. We cannot really exhaust this conversation. No. We're definitely going to have you back, because cancer is real. Everybody and anybody is at risk. Correct. So irrespective of your status, irrespective of where you're coming from, it is real. It's killing a lot of people. And our government has to pay more attention
Of course.
to it, and every other disease out there, every other health challenge
Correct.
that people are dealing
Correct.
with. Thank you so much, Ms. Cream.
I
Like I
appreciate.
said, you know, you're here, you know that. We're gonna take our final words, and that would be it. We'll be right back. In my final words, early detection remains the key to not only staying alive, but also treating the disease, given that it takes a toll on not just only the patient, but also the entire family. Breast cancer kills and can affect anyone, including men. It is on the increase, and thus we must be committed to living a healthier and more active lifestyle and carrying out a monthly self-breast exam to stay alive. Thanks to my guest for the selfless work she and her team are doing. Many women today from deprived communities have been given a chance to live through the support of the organization. Should you have any concerns or questions, or you would like to support their work, please visit the Thinking Pink Breast Cancer Foundation at number 32 Pademba Road, Wesley Street Junction, Freetown, Sierra Leone. Or you can call them on +232 78 61 1733. Do share the word or words to friends and families, as you may be their saving grace. Thanks to all our sponsors for the amazing work that you all do. Your support enables us to bring conversations like this to our viewers. Well, until next week when we'll be back, keep watching, keep talking, stay fabulous.